Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. At this point, it was starting to get into the fall, and I thought it was time to do something to prepare for winter. So it was time to start building a winter boat cover. Last year I just simply tarped the boat over. This year I wanted to work on the boat during the winter, so I decided that I should build a proper cover for the boat. And what you can see here is basically the beginning of the framework for that winter boat cover. What I had done last winter is tarp the boat and fabricate a simple A-frame structure. What I did find out from doing that is that the lifelines and the stanchions from the lifelines tend to get pushed through the cover with the weight of the snow. So I built this structure around where the lifelines were to prevent that from happening. Now the board that you can see there on the deck is the beginning of what I call the ridge pole, the pole that goes down the center, supporting the center of the cover. And so my plan is to put that, as I said, along the center. I'm going to support it with some other structure, and then to drape the cover over that that ridge pole. The cover itself I'm going to be fabricating using my sewing machine that I bought a year or so ago. It's a Sailboat sewing machine, and I haven't done too much sewing in the past, but we'll see how this works out. So during the project, I didn't do a lot of video because, to be quite honest, it would be kind of dry and boring watching me stitch things together and basically build the structure. There's not a lot of interesting material there. So what I did is I've just put a bunch of still shots together so you guys can see what happened during the process. So here they are. To start the fabrication of the cover itself, I started by sewing a door into the first panel, and that worked out quite nicely. Once I had that done, I put the first panel over the top of the boat, draped it down either side equally, and having succeeded with that, I decided to carry on with the adjoining panels. Once I was happy that the door was in the correct place, I sewed 3 additional panels to the panel with the door in it, and again trial fit it. Here's the view from inside with those 3 panels, actually 4 panels including the panel with the door in it, just draped over the top. You can see that things are starting to take form, but this did take quite a bit of time, as I'm not the fastest sewer. Every seam took 30 or 40 minutes to sew. I didn't want the cover to be one giant cover because it's too awkward to handle, so I put zippered sections in. In fact, there are 3 sections to the cover. There's a bow section, a middle section, and a stern section. So once I'd finished with those 4 panels, I sewed another panel on towards the back of the boat, and then started working on the stern section. So up to this point, it's just been a matter of putting panels one in front of the other and sewing them together. But as you get towards the stern section, and equally true for the bow section, it becomes a little bit more complicated to kind of tailor the pieces to fit around the bow and the stern section. The stern area, I trimmed off the pointed parts of the cover, then seamed on a piece horizontally. For the bow, I basically did the same thing, but here I tried to tailor it around the bow pulpit, and there you can see that it's leaving space, and eventually I kind of buttoned that area up with some snaps. to stop the snow from coming in. And there's basically the final product. There are a number of things that need to be fixed that aren't quite finished. The bow, I ended up just kind of tying it in a knot. Now that's not going to be the way it's going to be finally finished, but the weather started pushing in, and I felt it was time to kind of finish it up the best I can for the time being. And the stern section needs to have a final piece put at the bottom so it's all at the same level. But at least as far as this year is concerned, as far as keeping the boat dry and everything like that, it's fine for this year. Hi everybody. It's a cold and snowy day here. The winter cover that I was building is complete and it seems to be working well so far. I'll show you that. So my plan is to continue working on the boat as much as I can over the winter. Today I've been installing some lights. I've got a battery on board and just a makeshift charger for now, just to get everything going. But I don't really want to stop. I want to carry on through the winter as much as I can, and that's kind of the update for today.